What's up, my Metroid maniacs? How's everybody doing? I am NintendoCapriSun. We're about to play Metroid Dread, so I'm just going to go ahead and just do this when I open the game, because that's how you start it, and this is a Nintendo Switch game. And in all honesty, it's probably in my top 5 Nintendo Switch games. It is that good. I don't know how they did it, but somehow they pulled it off, and now we have another Metroid game, another 2D Metroid game at that. And it's Metroid Dread. Not exactly the most pleasant title. Plus all that blood smattering on the title screen kind of makes it look like, I don't know, like this is like a horror game or something. And in a way, it kind of is. Anyway, I got some save files here, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into one that has no data in it. Because we can't be started from the middle of the game. Now, we could do rookie mode, we could do normal mode, or we could do a mode for expert players. But, well, I guess I'm kind of an expert. I've been getting pretty good. Anyway, this is the intro, so, yeah, I'm not gonna, like, read this or anything. I'm just gonna, you know, let it play out. So, yeah, Metroid Dread came at a pretty interesting time, because we've been waiting all this time for news on Metroid Prime 4, and as of this recording, we still don't really know anything. And it's weird, because now it's been, like, 3 years since, I mean, I remember reacting to E3 3 years ago, and being surprised that there was no Metroid news then. But even then, I kind of wasn't surprised. I was like, well, it hasn't been enough time. But now it's been like another 3 years. I feel like if there's not something this year, I'll be really surprised then. Oh my god, the 8-bit Metroid. How in the world have I never noticed that? Most of these shots are like straight from Metroid Fusion, even though obviously they're like done in better graphics and all, but still. Yeah, so... Oh god, never forget how scary that was the first time I saw it. Anyway, yeah, so... But I think, like, when this game came out, I had this feeling like maybe they were trying to put it out there just to tide us over until Prime 4 got here. And so because of that, I thought it wasn't going to be that great of a game. It was just going to be like, oh, well, here's just some random Metroid game just to keep you busy until then. Sort of like what they did with Castlevania. Like, on the way to Bloodstained, we had to wait a while for that. But in the meantime, they gave us these 8-bit games, like Curse of the Moon or whatever it was. And then those turned out to be really good. And it's sort of the same thing happened here with this game. But man, I'll tell you what, if I didn't know better, geez. Whoever was responsible for working on this game, making this game, everything about it, just really obviously had a great deal of love for the franchise. So, yeah. And so here we are, we have another 2D Metroid game, and I could personally, like, I mean, Prime 4, I'm sure it's going to be great, but it definitely doesn't hurt as much. Like, the wait doesn't hurt as much as it did. You know? It almost makes you wonder, they might make a sequel to this. Just like they did with Curse of the Moon. I mean... watch, it's going to turn out they do exactly that. I mean, I don't know. You know, it seems like Emil has this curse where every time he Let's Plays something, a sequel gets announced, like Xenoblade. I mean, say no more. Maybe it's about time I got a piece of that curse. I don't know. It's a very strange-looking planet. Reminds me a little bit of Dark Aether from Metroid Prime 2, which is not exactly the most comforting thought. We'll soon be entering ZDR's atmosphere. 9, 8, 7... I love the continuity here, because if you follow the timer, it actually stays live. Well, I mean, these cuts are like minutes later, because now it's down to 6:45. And then I think it's like 3 minutes next time. Man, Samus is a good pilot. It's probably as good as Han Solo. Yeah, so apparently, I never watched the trailers for this game until today, after having played the game, like, who knows how many times. So here it is, 14, 13, 12, 11.
7, 6, 5, 4.
It's pretty close. I don't think it's exact, but whatever. It doesn't have to be. Man, is that the Jupiter, the big eye? In the Waterhands movie that me and my sister made, the giant red eye of Jupiter is the only way to enter the planet. Otherwise, you get blown away by the sandstorms or whatever is out there. I don't know. Alright, let's not be drinking in this video, seriously. Man, it's a rough landing there, Samus. Damn. Samus is like, damn it, I can't even stand up right now. That's gotta be frustrating. This big temple with a crack in the left eye, or is that the right eye?
That elevator leads to the depths of an underground facility.
Oh.
Signal quality is likely to be low. Remote communication remains.
It's been so long since I watched these cutscenes, it's like I don't even know what to expect here.
Reach the bottom. That way, maintaining contact.
Ah, say what you want about Adam, but I always loved that line. Any objections, lady? I have done a little bit of sequence breaking, like I've gotten early bombs, and I've got an early grapple beam. That's pretty much the extent of what I've done. I was really surprised, though, when you get early grapple beam, it really helps, because the way this game is designed is so crazy that it's almost like they wanted people to sequence break it. Because the world is set up in such a way that if you do that, like if you get early grapple beam, you will see grapple spots all over the place on your way to do whatever you're going to do next. The thing with sequence breaking for me that makes it confusing, though, is like, if I get something early, then fine, I do, but then that throws off my, perception, like, okay, I just got that, then what do I do next? Do I just go back to the regular order, or do I try for something else early, or, it's like, there's so many different ways you could do it. And I'd venture a guess that I haven't even seen most of it, because I gotta tell you, I think I got early gravity suit, too, once. But again, it's like you can get early gravity suit and then go and get early screw attack, but then you find yourself, like if you do that, you get screw attack, but then you don't have space jump. That makes things very difficult. The space jump opens up so much. Oh, this scene freaks me out. I used to think, when I saw those shots of Samus's eyes back in the old days before this game had even come out, and when I started playing it for the first time and saw, like, the thing that happens to you when the E.M.M.Is grab you and all that, I thought that shot of Samus's eyes happened when they stabbed her in the heart, which is what they do, basically. And it's like, oh, it freaks me out, man. Anyway, this is the opening room right here, and you can see in the background where we just were in the bridge, and we can't get back over there, and over here there's a door, can't seem to do anything about it, maybe later. Also, there's steps leading up to it. This is just, if you stop and look at the details of this game in the background, it is amazing how much detail is in this game. Well, we got a monster there, we can go. You can also shoot in pretty much any direction you want. Just like Samus Returns, which I've never actually played, but yeah, it's really fun. You can also see stuff like moving around in the background there. It's just so cool. You can slide with ZR or whatever. There's another one of those doors. And there's little spots where you can like hit the rocks and make them explode, and it's really cool. There's also like rocks right here. It turns out you can actually just wall jump up this, but what they mean for you to do is this, to introduce your little grapple ability, or hang off the side ability, I guess you call it. That's how you're supposed to do it. This right here is a red statue, and this will refill your ammo if you need it. There's also a spot here, we can't really get in there because we don't have the necessary thing. These are missile blocks, which can be destroyed with missiles. You use missiles by holding down R. As you can see, I switched my little thing there. You can also slide under these. It's really hard for me not to, like, just go ape and just go really fast, because yeah, this game feels so good to play fast. It's unreal. And I think what I'm going to do with this, actually, is I'm going to do a regular playthrough the way I normally would, which is any percent, all bosses, no sequence breaks. But then I'm going to come back and actually show, like, maybe... Oh, shit. I didn't mean to skip that. I'm sorry, Adam. I skipped all your crap. You know what? I don't even care. Nobody cares what he says here, anyway.
The attacker's identity is not yet clear.
I love his voice, though. It's like Neo's voice when the metal goes down his throat.
On the surface, this situation is precarious. Trust your instincts.
Precarious.
As you navigate upward.
Very well.
Appears to
At least you didn't say tenuous.
areas, shuttles, elevators, and other modes of transport connect them. Keep an eye out for ways to reach the surface. The ship's location is marked on your global
It's just a huge boob divided into a bunch of squares. I mean, look at it. It's a boob.
pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you. There are many such cold areas scattered underground. Do not enter them with your basic power suit.
Oh, I'm sorry if that traffic's making noise out there.
Interferences preventing radio.
I opened my window because I wanted some atmosphere in here. I thought it would help my commentary. Obviously, it's not, because my commentary sucks today. I don't know, it feels like it does. I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, we can save. I guess I will. I've gotten used to not saving because it actually takes less time to not save. I don't know if that factors in, like, I don't know how much the cutscenes or whatever, like, play into it. There's another door right here that we can't get through. We can slide under here, though. Boy, look at the thickness of that thing. That thing is thick as fuck, man. Press X right here and do that. The thing is, you press X to, like, counter. I didn't show that yet. But more importantly is, when you counter, be sure you shoot them right after you do that. Because pretty much every time you counter an enemy, it only takes one hit to kill them after that. And they also drop a lot more health pellets and stuff. If you kill them that way, so... It's just something worth remembering. Yeah, sometimes I forget to do it, and just, well... It took me the longest time to get used to, like, doing it, but... It's actually really fun. Plus, almost every monster has something that you can melee counter, so... Even monsters like machine monsters, which I didn't realize for the longest time, that even monsters that look like machines have those things, you can counter them. And then consequently kill them in one hit with, no matter what your gun is. Like, even with the regular old blaster, you still kill stuff in one hit. That's a missile tank, I didn't even see that there, but I almost never do, actually. I guess I've done this a little too many times. I gotta stop myself from, like, skipping the cutscenes here. Oh, we got Metroid Prime here. The thing of this game that's so weird is even though it's a 2D game, all of the environments are rendered in, like, 3D. Oh, there it is. Now, if that ain't a shot from a movie right there, I don't know what is. It's our first E.M.M.I. Looks a little worn down, though. Well, are you gonna shoot him, Samus, or are you just gonna sit there like a dumbass? Ah! An enemy's attack can be countered by pressing X at the exact moment of the flash, however the timing is extremely difficult to gauge, making this a desperate maneuver. I cannot emphasize enough. It gives you that one, so I didn't do that successfully or anything, but yeah, I've played through this game, I don't even know how many times, 10 or 15 by now, and I still don't know how to counter those things. I can do it, but it only works like maybe 25% of the time, so... Ooh, look at all the little moths. Hey, this looks like that thing from, like, Zero Time Dilemma. I gotta stop saying like. Huh. Ooh. Samus absorbing energy from the eyeball, or whatever that thing is. Using that badass Darth Maul force choke thing. The energy from the central unit transformed the arm cannon into an Omega cannon. Omega Blaster online. Here we go. So you can like charge this thing up and do that. You can also like just regular shoot with it, although it's not letting me do that right now. Maybe it's broken or something. So anyway, this guy's gonna come in here, and the only way to kill these things is with this Omega Blaster, so boom and boom. I always feel bad when I kill them because their necks are like, it just knocks their head so far back, and you look at their neck and you feel bad. I don't know, I'm just something about the neck. Like when I play Punch-Out and stuff, I always feel bad for the boxers. Like if I hit them really hard and you see their long neck crane back, and it just barely holds onto their head. There's something about that. I don't know, anyway. So we're just going to push our way through here. Okay, so like, it's debatable whether or not you can get lost in this game, or how easy it is to get lost. And I personally think on the first playthrough, it is very easy to get lost. People say that the game gives you good directions, and it does. But it's easy to miss those sometimes. I don't know. Well, at least I missed a few of them. There's another door there we can't get through. Slide under here. So, when you're in water, you can't jump as high. That's obvious for any Metroid game. But also notice there's a little stone here. It's got the little red, whatever you call it, fleshy sort of texture to it. So when I did that, the water spilled down into the lower part of the area. Now, because of that, we won't be able to slide under here, and we don't have Morph Ball yet, so we can't get back over there now. Oh, shit. Wait, okay, good. I was gonna say, I didn't just screw myself, did I? Because you're not supposed to jump back down there. Anyway, okay, so when you see a door like this, that means you're going into an E.M.M.I zone. That's why they're making such a big deal out of it. Pretty much all the E.M.M.I zones look the same. So, and it's so easy to get lost in these rooms. This is what I mean, like for the most part, when you're going out and getting items in the rest of the world, the game's pretty good about directing you. But when you get into these rooms, I'm telling you, knowing which way to go is like an art form unto itself. It's a little bit crazy. Man, we're up to 23 minutes already. Jeez. Didn't think we got... Well, actually, you know what? Shit, let me... alerts are showing up on my screen. I have to click them out. There we go. Now you're shooting, Samus. Now you're shooting Tex. Try the missiles. That didn't work either. Yeah, this E.M.M.I's a little different than the other one was. The other one was kind of run down, damaged. This one, though, has got that metal plating over its face. It's metal face. Don't want any of that. So once they spot you, they're gonna start coming after you. And if they get too close to you, you're gonna have to do the thing with the timing. So hopefully he doesn't get us here. I'm sure eventually, at some point, one of them's gonna get me. They almost always do. I don't think I've ever had a run where I didn't get captured by one. Also, is it just me, or does that look like a face in the background, just to my left here? There's like two eyes and then a... Well, okay, maybe not. It looks that way on my little screen, but not on my big one. Okay, so if you try to go this door over here, it's going to close down on you. If you stand out of it, the lights turn blue and it opens up again. But when you get close to it, it closes. So, what are you going to do about that? Well, nothing right now. Same thing over here. We got a missile tank we can pick up here. You can get this now or later. I guess there's no reason not to get it now. You're not saving that much time by getting it later. Oh, look at this. It's gonna talk to Adam again, huh? Alright, let's make sure we don't interrupt him this time.
Uploading data.
Both E.M.M.I you encountered were clearly trying to capture you. They may have been hacked. So, it's reasonable to assume all E.M.M.I will be hostile. E.M.M.I send out a pulse to detect vibrations in the air within a certain range. Essentially, they can hear you. Upon detecting vibrations, an E.M.M.I enters surveillance mode to track their source. Stay out of its line of sight when this happens. Otherwise, the danger to you increases dramatically.
Ugh.
An E.M.M.I that has seen you will begin pursuit. Part of the pursuit protocol is to seal the E.M.M.I zone exits. You will be trapped inside. To survive, you must leave its range of pursuit. Evade the E.M.M.I and it will disengage. This will also unseal the exits. An E.M.M.I never leaves its assigned zone. Their control system must permit them to operate only within that range.
Well, that's good.
I estimate a 99% probability of death if an E.M.M.I captures you. There may be a very small opportunity to escape, but exploiting this window will be virtually impossible. The E.M.M.I are immune to your current weapons. You lack the unique energy used to defeat the first E.M.M.I. Your only option now is to evade capture and find an exit. Your highest priority in an E.M.M.I zone should be simply to survive.
Yeah, they really set the stakes here. Like, they make you feel pretty helpless. Which obviously Samus is too badass to feel helpless, so don't even worry about it. Come up here and shoot out the little fleshies, and the fleshy there too. And there's a missile pack that we can't get to, though. You can still slide, but you can't slide in midair, so... Whoa! We're gonna be falling here. Actually, you want to go up here. But see how, like, many different ways there are to go? There's, like, this door over here. I think there's a door over there that you could go in. So where you want to go is this one on the top left here, and then we're just going to go up and up and up and up and up, like Coldplay. And over here, and we'll slide in here. Once you do this enough times, you kind of just naturally start going the right way, so... But this is not as easy as I'm making it look. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong way, like I said. So, again, you have to go to a door on the left that's high up. Okay, so I've noticed something about this game that's kind of weird. There seem to be a lot of, like, two of everything. Notice how I just went in a door that was, like, up and to the left, and then I did it again a second later? There's, like, all kinds of different situations like that come up. You know, actually, I just did it a third time there. Well, I guess that's one way that you can that can help you remember. I'm gonna open that up for later. And, yeah, it can help you remember, like, which way to go sometimes, if you remember that a lot of times things come in pairs. Pairs and pork. Anyway, we go down here, and now we're not in the E.M.M.I zone anymore, because as you can see, the door was, like, locked for a second there, but I got out before it did it, so... Just to come through here. Don't hesitate to use your missiles in this game. If there's one thing about Metroid games, there's a thing there, but I can't get it because I can't get in there. So, there's one thing about Metroid games that has always been true, at least in my case, is it's that I tend to be way too conservative with my missiles. Like, I don't use them at all, hardly. And in this game, I use them all the time. So, yeah, but definitely don't be like me. Don't hesitate to use them if you feel the urge. So there's another energy tank up there we can't quite get to. And that's also not an energy tank, but more on that later. It looks like one, though, doesn't it? So let's push our way through here. So now we're underwater, and as any Metroid player can tell you, underwater controls suck ass. So we're going to shoot this out. It's going to drain the water out a little bit here. There's nothing else for us to really do in here, so now we're just going to go back. You shoot missiles to get rid of those bugs. That's a nice little trick, because otherwise you have to shoot them one at a time, and that's not exactly fun. Not exactly useful. Anyway, oh man. This is a map room. Remember what map rooms looked like in Metroid Prime 2? Well, they're not all that dissimilar here, I suppose. It depends on what you mean by similar, though, you know. I'm going to pass on saving here, because otherwise it's going to take all day. So we're going to find ourselves a stopping point here. So here, it's like you could go up or you could go down. Which way do you go? Well, in this case, you go down. But how do you know that? Well, I just know because I've done it a million times. I'm sure if you went up, eventually you would hit a dead end and you wouldn't be able to go any further. But, yeah. That enemy that I just hit right there is kind of hard to see. Also, this guy's right on my ass here. Holy crap. The only army is about the ones about to ride across this valley and wipe us out. So the switch over here turns the water on, but you have to stay on it for a certain length of time, otherwise the water won't fill up and you can't get into this hole here, which is where we need to go. So, like, what we're going to have to do... Oh boy. This guy's not making it easy for us here, is he? Oh, crap. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Okay, I guess we got him that time. I was lucky. The other way. Jeez. I can't believe I let the first one get me. Jeez. I'm gonna fill this up a little more here. Just come around here. Because what we're trying to do is get in here. We need to fill the water to raise this platform, this floating platform, so that we can slide in there. Because you can't slide into any old hole. It has to be like flush with the ground for you to slide into it. So we don't need energy. So that's actually an energy refill, though. The purple ones will refill your energy. Red ones refill your ammo, and yellow ones refill both. So there you go. Alright, gonna come through here. Red doors take a missile. Not 5 missiles like before, just one. I think they only took 1 in Prime, too, so... And not much we can do about these doors here. We can slide under here. And we got our first weapon. Charge beam. I love the way these Chozo statues look. I always have. But man, oh man. It's really strange because... Wait, okay, so we have charge beam now. We can actually charge up our weapon, which we need to do to break through these orange doors. So there's also a guy in here. So we'll take 2 charge shots to take him out. And now, as you can see, we're back at the beginning. So we're just kind of retracing our steps here. Which is not too bad. It helps you to memorize the world a little better by forcing you to go in the same places twice. As you can see, though, we just went through a charge door, so now we're back in unfamiliar territory again. But maybe we'll kind of bump back into the path we were on a minute ago. Yeah. See, a minute ago we came down from up there, and there was a door over here we couldn't get through. But now we're back over here again, so yeah. Really cool. Well, here, now that we have the charge beam, we can take these things out a little bit faster. Should you feel the need to do so. Otherwise, you can still just do that. Actually, a lot of times you really want to do the melee combo if you can. Because, like I said before, it makes them drop more energy, more missiles and crap like that. Not gonna bother with the save point there. Oops. Nope, not this time. Remember how we did that water earlier and I was on the other side and I said we couldn't slide through this? It's the same deal. Now we're on this side of it, so we have to go this way. That was a charge door anyway, so we kind of had to. There, we're back in the E.M.M.I zone now. Nope. Charge door. Better do something about that. Boy, they are really trying to trying to sell the horror element here, and they're doing a good job, I must say. So again, for the most part here, we're still going to be tracing our steps, going the same way we did last time. In this room particularly, you have to just climb up the left side and then head off to the right middle. That's where that door is. That's where you want to head first. And then we're going to, just like before, slide in here. Destroy him. I'm not very good at meleeing those guys. I'm not sure why. Like, there's sort of a delay. Check out the background now. See that? This is what I mean by the background being so detailed. And when you fly up, it goes into the hole. You may not realize it at the present moment, but that's actually a preview of coming attractions. Oh yeah. Back in the Atom room here. Let's slide down here and grab this. I find a good place to stop here. I don't really know what the best place is going to be. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but those flying enemies that come towards you like they've been doing, I feel like those used to take, these right here, I feel like they used to take more hits than they do now. So I don't know if they changed that in the game or something, but yeah, I don't really know. Just gonna slide through here, grab this little sucker right here. So you're gonna start to see these as you play through the game. These are like heat. What is it? The thermal fuels flow has been redirected. Yeah, that's what they do. I don't know what that is, what kind of a machine does things like that. A magma flow redirector. MFR, let's call it that. Over here, we have another missile pack. We can't quite get it. Now, if you were paying really close attention, you might have noticed that if you looked at that from the other side, that door wasn't there. Well, that's why you have to shoot through and actually open the door. That'll make it visible from the other side. See, earlier this was just a wall here. Now it's a door. So we can grab this. And we'll just slide through here. And what happens when you redirect the magma flow is you have to actually follow it. I guess, like, I don't know how obvious that is to a normal person, because, like, since when does magma open doors? But if you follow it, it'll pretty much lead you where you want to go. Actually, let's go on the bottom here. You just watch for the thing. Oh, actually, it's like Adam's got something to say to us. If he ever wants to talk, he'll usually just lock you in the room until you say hello, so... He's just clingy like that.
Assailant in the Federation database. However, there are records of a chosen warrior tribe. There is a strong possibility the two are connected. You have seen the warrior tribe's architecture and artifacts on this planet. I conclude that this was one of their settlements. But why would someone lead you here and send the E.M.M.I after you? The footage of the X-Parasite may have been staged to lure you in. The situation remains unclear, but your priority hasn't changed. You must return to the ship. You have activated the magma supply system that has restored power to the closed thermal doors. Seek them out to proceed. Continue to search for the unique energy you employed against the first E.M.M.I. It is the only way you can confront them. Unfortunately, this energy is limited. You may have noticed it dissipating after an E.M.M.I is destroyed. There are 6 remaining E.M.M.I hunting you. You have no means to confront them. Remember that.
Remember that? Yeah, sure, I'll remember that next time on Metroid Dread. What a stupid place to stop a video, but there it is. See you guys next time.